Hey, it's Adrian, guys. We're going to be talking about self-myofascial release. This is going to be the warm-up series. What I want you to do, though, before you watch any of the videos or try doing any of this, I want you to go two places. The first one, there's going to be a general guidelines video, and I'm going to put the link in the description below this video. Go watch that. It'll talk a little bit about tripoding, how much pressure to put, things to look for, stuff like that. This one's going to be talking about the feet. We're going to be talking about it from a warm-up standpoint, so again, I'm not trying to spend half an hour doing self-myofascial release in my warm-up. I'm going to be using a lacrosse ball. To be honest with you, I personally prefer using the travel roller balls. So in the travel roller comes 3 tensions of acupressure balls, so there's a light, medium, and a hard ball. The red one's somewhat close to the firmness of a lacrosse ball, but if you don't have a travel roller, go pick up a lacrosse ball. We're going to be talking a little bit more about the travel roller later. So, as far as the feet goes, you have to understand that if I'm doing any work where I need to ground from the feet, I don't care whether it's a deadlift, I don't care what it is, I need to be able to grip my feet. Okay? This is personally why I prefer very flat shoes when I'm weight training. Because anything that has too high of a heel, I am not going to be able to grip. So what I want you to do is going to take the lacrosse ball. You're better to stand close to a wall, and you're just going to roll around or scan for any areas that might be tight, firm, sore, anything that just feels good to massage. Who doesn't like a foot massage? It's a cheap replacement, about $4. So you're going to roll around. You do want to get into the toes. Okay, so I'm spreading the toes, moving them around. If you want to do this in bare feet, by all means do that. Roll the outside of your feet. Okay. For the most part, it's the instep. Okay, so I'm going to show you that. It's mostly the instep you need to worry about. If you're on your feet all day, or worse, if you sit on your ass all day, your feet are going to be very inactive. They're not going to know what to do with themselves, so that gripping action, which is responsible for balancing the rest of it, is going to be troublesome. Some people feel pressure in their heels. By all means, there's not generally a lot of rules other than don't go too hard. This is not about how much pressure you can take. This is about trying to reset the body. Okay, so I'm just going to roll out. Then I'm going to switch sides. Okay. Again, I start with some light scanning just to break up some of that tension that may be rolling around in my feet. Okay, I'm going to roll into those toes, spread them. If it feels good to stretch the toes, I'm going to do that. Right? Everybody is very different, and that's one thing about self-myofascial release that we need to know and we need to follow. So again, I'm going to go on the outside of my feet, go into the heel, but most of the time I'm going to spend time in that arch. If you end up having plantar fasciitis or something like that, I found that this to be very effective for relieving some of the stress and pain that you might have or that inflammation. If you find chunky type of areas, be very careful. It is easy to overdo it. Okay, if I'm here digging away, putting tons of pressure on it, okay, one of the things you can do is just get on the ground. Okay, take some of that pressure off. If your feet really hurt, this is not about how much pain you can take. Okay, so nice and light. Again, I prefer start with these travel balls. The working at a light tension, or maybe a hockey ball might work, or a tennis ball, and then working up to something a little bit more firm, and then working up finally to a lacrosse ball. But we're talking about the warm-up. I'm not trying to waste a lot of time, maybe 30 seconds a leg, 40 seconds a leg, and we're going to be using that lacrosse ball. Go check out the rest of the series.